Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back to our channel. Today we are doing a really fun video, kind of centered around restoration hardware dupes.
And the items throughout our house, things that we like, that we've gotten from restoration hardware, that we found dupes for, things that we've wanted from restoration hardware, but we bought dupes for, etc.
Yeah, so we love restoration hardware style. We're really inspired by that store. We have definitely saved up some money to invest in a couple RH pieces, but a lot of stuff we've mixed into our house is the same style and vibe, but it's like a dupe or kind of vintage, or we have tips on how you can kind of achieve the RH style without spending the money.
Yeah, it always feels good and feels like a prize when you find something that's very similar to RH.
Yes,
but like an 1/8 of the price.
Totally.
And so we do that a lot, whether it's like finding something on Craigslist, secondhand, antique shopping. There's a variety of ways, or just searching online for hours, looking for something that's similar and finding like an awesome find that you didn't know existed on Amazon or something like that.
Exactly. So everything that you see in this video today, we're gonna link dupes that we found online down below, so you can hit up the description box for anything.
Yeah. But if there's any questions that you have about any other items you see around our house, let us know and we'll provide links for that as well. But just know you can shop everything in the description box below. As Julia said, we'll have it all linked as well as everything we're talking about.
Totally. And we also have like certain bedrooms, like we have a bedroom tour, we have a living room tour, so if there's stuff you see, there's detailed videos on that stuff as well.
Yeah.
And also, if you're just stumbling across this video, this is Hunter
and Julia,
and we vlog our whole life. We do a lot of home decor content,
travel vlogs, we do like recipes, cooking, cocktails, all kinds of stuff, obviously like fashion, beauty, as well as our home decor and lifestyle.
Totally.
So feel free to join the family, hit subscribe, we'd love to have you. But without further ado, let's jump into the video.
Let's go.
This is Noah, there's no dupes for him.
Sorry. There's no dupes for you.
He cannot be replicated.
Alright, so we're starting in the dining room, and my favorite thing from restoration hardware are their rugs, but I do not own any of them because they're so expensive. They're like thousands of dollars. And my favorite thing is to find really good, inexpensive rugs online that look like RH. So this one I've seen in a lot of people's house. Actually, Desi Perkins, she's a really awesome YouTuber. She has the like real restoration hardware version of this rug in her living room. And this is the closest thing I could find to it. It's only like $300 for like a huge one. And it's super neutral. It's held up really well, very affordable, and looks pretty close to the real one.
This room, we have a couple pieces of restoration hardware, which are the chairs as well as the sideboard. But everything else in this room is things that we found that are either similar to RH or just kind of go with the vibe. One of the things that the standout piece is this table and the bench that goes with it. Actually, we have another bench in the entryway. You can see over there.
Right there.
The table as well. So all three of these pieces
came together.
The two benches came together. One thing we like about restoration hardware are their reclaimed wood pieces. It adds like a not so rustic vibe, but you can tell it's like old barn wood, but done right to make it more modern. So this is something actually I was searching for, some reclaimed wood pieces that would go with the vibe and theme. I found this on Craigslist after like hours of searching. Found it when we were living in California, and it was a table that a woman had shipped in from Bali, and it didn't fit her space, and so she put it on Craigslist, and I like jumped on it within like the first hour that it was on there. So
good.
Really great piece. We'll probably keep this for as long as we're married.
Yeah.
The thing we like most about RH pieces is that everything is just such like a big grand vibe, and this just really fills out the dining room.
Totally.
And then, as we mentioned, these chairs are from RH, so it
yes,
kind of like
but
ties in together.
I have found many dupes of these online. They're an easy thing to kind of replicate, so I will link my favorites below. Really classic chair style that you could just mix in with anything.
We like matching RH dupes with a couple RH pieces to make all the dupes feel more RH than they actually are.
Yeah. One other thing that RH does really well is like, they do really like rustic natural materials. We are obsessed with basket pendants for our house. We just love them. And this is not from RH. We found this from a vintage store in California. But we have found a lot of them online as well because they're definitely coming more into style. So we'll link a couple options, but we love this. Mixing this with the wood and the different materials. Affordable artwork is something I always get questions about. You guys always ask about where to find affordable artwork that's neutral. So I love Home Goods. These are both from Home Goods, these like shadow boxes. I think they're a little small for this wall, so we're actually going to probably DIY some RH art ourselves in a little bit and hang those up here, make them a little bit bigger. But love Home Goods for affordable art, or you can easily DIY some artwork, and we'll make a video on that soon.
If you get on RH and look at their art, there's so many pieces like that right there,
it's like
all over their website.
Very natural textures for earthy.
Yep. And then we mentioned this sideboard. This is the RH sideboard. We kind of splurged when we bought this. We just really wanted it, fell in love with it. So we bought it, but there's very similar items all over the place. Wayfair, Overstock, different places like that.
And we need to decorate it. We have like boxes. And lastly is this little vase. So this is actually perfect because I found this vase at Home Goods probably over 2 years ago. And I knew it was a similar style to the Restoration Hardware one. It's like a textured, cool, misshapen vase. And this, actually, Hunter ended up buying from Restoration Hardware. So here's the real one, and then here's the dupe. And you can see how they really like replicated it really well.
And obviously different sizes. And RH has different sizes. So this is like the medium one from RH.
Yeah, but we will link some similar ones for you guys.
So another thing RH does really well, as you probably know, is they have a lot of like antique pieces or antique lookalikes, vintage pieces that are hard to find, but not so hard to find if you're looking and kind of have an eye for it.
They're kind of like inspired by like the globe, I feel like.
Yeah, it's very like worldly.
Yes.
And so this is actually something I found. I fell in love with it when I saw it, but it's an old camel saddle from like Morocco or some Middle Eastern country. Don't exactly know where, but it's an old camel saddle, and you can see that it has like some decorative design actually done with thin nails, which is kind of cool. It's like a different design, and we actually haven't found a place for this yet.
I know.
But we've had it for a couple years, and when I say camel saddle, it's exactly what it is. It's a saddle that's made to ride a camel with.
So cool.
And then lastly in here is this piece here. This looks very much like an RH planter, the kind of like cement texture.
Yeah.
But this is actually something we found at an antique shop, and it's an old fountain. So you can see it has like the
hookups inside.
And so we're gonna use it for a plant. But all of the RH planters are very similar to this.
They are very cement, rustic looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every house, I feel like, needs a bar cart if you make cocktails for happy hours or whatever that might be. There's a ton that look exactly like this. I found a ton that were very similar to this, but I just really wanted the RH one, but we'll link all the ones that are similar to this below.
Perfect.
Coming to the coffee bar.
Okay, yeah, I'm actually kind of tired, so I want to make a quick espresso shot very quickly. All right, we love our espresso maker. It's been a game changer, and pretend that we're in Europe and we make espresso shots. So we have a full entryway tour here on our channel if you want to see like the breakdown of every single item in here. However, we have tried to create a very restoration vibe here, and this console table and ottomans are actually real Restoration Hardware pieces, but they're very simple, easy to recreate, and I will link some dupes for you guys. But two things that are very Restoration Hardware but not is this bowl here, which we leave all of our keys in, and this we just got at a vintage store, but I have found a bunch of my favorite ones online that I will link for you guys that are almost identical. They're each made unique like styles and pieces, so they're not all the same, but they're very like almost identical. And then these little guys right here, Restoration Hardware does a lot of these like sculptural, kind of tribal, worldly figures, stuff like that, that you feel like you'd find in other parts of the world. And these I actually found at Kroger, in the Kroger home decor department. So you never know where we're gonna find it. You mix the high and low. Oh, and the books. These books they also sell on their website, and we just get these on Amazon. You can get them used for a little bit less expensive, and these are some of our favorite like neutral decor books. We're obsessed with them. Actually, this one is by an architect called Howard Backen. He is the architect for Restoration Hardware. So this book is like incredible. We give it to everybody.
And a lot of like wineries up in Sonoma and Napa.
Gorgeous book.
And we took the cover off of it just to keep it aesthetic.
We love it.
And white. But you can also make a lot of like RH style books yourself, like dupe them, just paint, spray paint them white, or I've seen a lot of stuff like that.
Totally. Okay, now for the living room, our TV den, whatever you want to call it. Our favorite piece in our house is our couch, which is a replica of the Restoration Hardware Cloud Couch, which is like the most famous wanted couch, I think, like on the internet or by everybody. Everyone I know wants this couch. It's Hunter and I's dream couch. We've never purchased it because it is so expensive. However, we found a company called Monarch Sofas that ships nationally, and they will literally replicate any designer couch for you. They can do Restoration Hardware, they can do any one that you want. So we gave them the exact dimensions of the Restoration Hardware Cloud that we wanted, and here is the creation.
But what's nice is we are able to give them not the replica measurements of the RH Cloud, but give them the measurements of our living room.
Yeah.
And the cloud design, and they are able to make a cloud replica that fit our living room perfectly.
Exactly. So you can customize it if you have a small apartment, if you have a really big house, a small house, medium, any sort of formation that you want, they can create it. You can pick the fabric, the fill, literally everything, and it is a fraction of the cost of Restoration Hardware, because that's just like, I don't know who can afford to buy that couch. It really just transformed this whole room. We also always get questions about our huge pillows. Those are not Restoration Hardware, but we'll link them as well because I feel like they're very like statement.
The ones with the squares on them?
Yeah, the big ones with the squares. Our coffee table was definitely a splurge. This is a Restoration Hardware piece. However, we went for a dupe on the rug, and this rug, they make almost the exact same style on Restoration Hardware. And this is like a jute style rug. It's braided, kind of ivory color. It comes in a bunch of different colors. You can get tan, off-white, white, brown, anything. And I found this one for I think like $300-ish, which for this big of a rug, I think this is like a 10 by 15, it's huge, is such a good deal. So it doesn't shed, which is incredible for a jute rug. And we just thought, our floors are dark, so we like to have like light rugs because we like to keep everything light and fresh. So good find, really good find. And these are like, you go in the Restoration Hardware boutique, they have these like literally on the floor. Coffee table decor, none of this is from RH, but just some decor tips. We just try to find as many things as we can that are neutral, lots of vintage items, beads, books. A lot of these are sourced from vintage stores, but just using like natural materials, I feel like it creates a very similar aesthetic, and just like layering different pieces looks really nice. All right, built-in items are a challenge, right? And one thing we love are like these types of geode stones that are really oversized. You'll see these a lot at Restoration. They style them in their catalogs, in their boutiques. They are super expensive though, and we found this huge geode stone at Home Goods, you guys, which is insane. So we'll link some. You can kind of find them on the internet. They're a little hard to find, but we'll link some for you guys. However, that was a really good score. We also have a couple cute vases that are from Amazon, believe it or not. This one is from Amazon, looks totally like Restoration. These vases are from Home Goods, but these give the same earthy vibe, so you just find little knickknacks wherever you can go. A lot of the items that you see on this shelf are actually from my Amazon home decor haul, so we'll link that guy down below for you guys. Great video. Lots of good little affordable finds, great for decor and stuff like that. And we'll also link it at the end of the video. All right, this little console table we have behind the couch, not from Restoration, but we found this actually on sale. Just really like the light wash wood. So I think if you find anything like a reclaimed wood that's on the lighter side, more like beachy light wash, it kind of gives a similar aesthetic. These boxes aren't these so cute? I found these recently at a vintage store. I haven't been able to find similar ones, but if I can by the time this video goes up, I'll link some for you guys. How cute are they? Aren't they so cute? However, this vase is a Restoration Hardware purchase, and to me, they make the best vases. They call them like vessels on the website. They make the best ones. They look like these amazing like European pots that they've sourced from all over the world. So we love this one. It makes such a statement. And these olive branches, you can actually just get on Amazon, just get a bunch of them and stack them inside, and it looks like a European farmhouse. It's awesome. But we have been able to find a dupe for one of their like rice wine vases, which is the one that's on our
Yes.
Love this piece. And this is actually, I think it's about 150 on the Restoration Hardware website, but this one is a dupe that we found at a local vintage store. And I think we paid about $40 or $50 for ours. And to us, it's like creates the whole vibe of the kitchen. It feels like you're in like Italy, in like a villa or something. And again, the Amazon
Same olive branches.
Olive branches, yeah. And it's such a good statement piece for the island. I love having like a simple, clean island with like a bam, just like a nice, you know, piece.
These bar stools are RH. Found these and fell in love with them. We had some other rattan style bar stools beforehand. They were black.
Yeah.
But just like these better, they kind of added like more of a beachy vibe to this non-beach style house.
They're perfect.
And I would say they're a dime a dozen. Like you can find many bar stools that are like this, like rattan material.
Yep.
And just kind of find something that suits your aesthetic.
I'm obsessed with those bar stools, and actually, you guys, you should go on Restoration Hardware because these bar stools, believe it or not, are almost the same price as like just a lot of other bar stools from other stores. So sometimes their stuff is not as expensive as you think. Not that it's cheap by any means, but it's not as bad sometimes.
And bar stools specifically are something that they get used a lot.
Yeah.
And so that's like the balance. Like, do you want to buy something from RH that gets used a lot and might get damaged?
I know.
Or do you want to buy something from RH that gets used a lot because it's like durable and will
totally,
withstand the time?
Yeah. Yeah, this we can actually link. This is from Crate & Barrel, petrified wood slab, and we just leave the candle on top. I think it looks really cute.
Yeah, this fruit bowl, we get so many questions about this. This is like our probably most highly asked about piece in our house. We've had this ever since we moved here.
Yeah.
We got this vintage as well, as we do many of our like wood bowls and wood pieces. But it's just like an old dough bowl that we use as a citrus kind of holder container. And we go through a lot of citrus with all of our cocktails and stuff like that.
Oh yes, and we actually found the almost like identical one on Amazon, and so many of you guys have bought it and recreated this look, so we'll link that one.
Yep. A couple other quick pieces just from like an art perspective. We have this piece up here that's vintage. We found that at the Mercantile as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're in the Dallas area, we get a lot of pieces from the Frisco Mercantile.
There's a couple Mercantiles throughout DFW.
There's
one in Dallas, Carrollton,
Allen.
I think there's a new one in Plano.
Yeah, so hit them up. That's where we found this. That's where we found that. A lot of these pieces are from the Mercantile.
Yeah, a couple pieces on our kitchen countertops, a few different cutting boards and whatnot. This is a piece I got to go on the bar cart wherever I end up putting it. This is just a bar set tool set, and this is the Casamigos version from Williams-Sonoma, but I know Restoration Hardware has a lot of different like bar kits, barwares, but this is a really good one that's I think maybe $100, just really good quality.
All right, in my office, so I don't know if you guys have seen the RH mirror. It looks just like this. They have a huge version. It's the prettiest mirror ever. I found this little guy on Amazon. It looks just like the RH mirror, and it's just a little bit smaller, but it's cute, kind of layered with some artwork on like a little console table. So this is one of my favorite finds. And also these light fixtures in my office as well, I love. And these are just from Wayfair. They are definitely a dupe. RH makes this almost exact light fixture. Like you literally can't even tell the difference. And these ones are a fraction of the cost. So we kind of layered 3 of them to get this really cool vibe in here. So we'll link those below too, but really, really pretty, and they make a statement.
From one light fixture to another, this is just a room across from her studio. This is one of the guest bedrooms. We have a video on us redoing it.
Yes.
This light fixture is from Article, and very similar to one of the RH modern light fixtures.
Totally, it really makes a statement. I love that.
Rug, the same thing, isn't this?
This is also Article, yeah. I think an RH makes like a shag rug like this, just cream. It's really pretty.
Yeah, Article is a good route to go if you want something a little bit more affordable but good quality.
Totally.
All right, another light fixture is this basket pendant. We got it from the same store in California as our basket pendant in our dining room. Another Bali piece that was shipped from Bali to this specific antique shop. It's called Summer House.
Yep.
Is the store. Really like the store a lot. Their pieces are pretty expensive, but you can find a lot of basket lights like these. And Restoration Hardware has a lot of really great basket pieces, but just so expensive. So
for sure,
I would say if you're going to buy a basket piece, just get it from you know, a website like Wayfair or Overstock or something like that.
Or if you can find a vintage one, the vibe.
Julie mentioned earlier we're gonna do some pieces in the dining room that are more DIY Restoration Hardware dupes. DIY is a great route to go because you can make just about anything look like Restoration Hardware. And one of the things we did do was we got this vase that we have some of these pampas grass pieces from Pier 1 in. This is just a very cheap vase that we got maybe a couple years ago, and then we painted it white to give it more of like a bohemian vibe, I guess.
Yeah.
To match some of the aesthetics.
It's like a clean look.
We're not too bohemian in this house, but I think it kind of it was gray before, and it goes better with the pampas grass with it being white. So you can DIY anything.
If you just find something that's the right shape, but it's just not the right color, just get it and then paint it.
White, paint it gray, whatever you're going for, you can kind of make it your own.
For sure. The last few items that we're going to show are also from Restoration Hardware. However, we have been able to find a couple of secondhand RH items on like Craigslist and stuff. So some of the stuff we've gotten secondhand. So don't skimp out on Craigslist, you guys. We've found a lot of things on there. This dresser is from RH. This is their herringbone collection dresser. And I have found literally like the identical dresser of this. I'm almost like upset that we bought this one now because I found such a good dupe for it after, and a lot of you guys have purchased it. It's not the 9 drawer, it's just the 6, but it looks just like it, so you can hit that up. Hi buddy, are you okay? So I know it might seem like we actually have quite a few Restoration Hardware pieces in our house, but our kind of perspective on decor is like we've collected it over time. So this has all been over the course of 5 years that we have sourced things secondhand off Craigslist. We've invested in, you know, 1 piece per year, things like that. So, you know, it takes time to kind of build your collection of home decor because it's pricey. This is actually a really good dupe. So something we love about RH is how they frame out their bedrooms. They always do like 2 long mirrors, artwork, and it's really nice. But their mirrors are super expensive. These we actually found on, I think, 1 Kings Lane. Not super cheap, but they're definitely way more affordable. So we'll link those. They make such a nice statement above the nightstands. These lamps I know people are going to ask about, so I'll just mention it now. Everything's in our bedroom tour though. These we found at a boutique in San Francisco. Hunter found these. They're really awesome. And then lastly, this nightstand. This is from Restoration Hardware. These are some of the ones we got off Craigslist secondhand. However, I have found so many good nightstands that I actually prefer over these. And Hunter and I have contemplated switching them out, but we're like, we shouldn't. We spent money on them. There's so many good ones though that are actually like a really nice light wash wood. They're just like this, same vibe, look just like Restorations. I'll link all those below. I've been saving a ton of them to my Pinterest. There's really good ones. And then also, there's a Restoration Hardware bed that Hunter and I have always wanted. It's plain white platform. It's like very clean. It's not the cloud one, but it looks basically just like this bed frame. We got this off of Overstock though, and it's way more affordable than the Restoration one. Plain white, which is just very hard to find, but I love it for the bedroom. It's just like a clean slate for any sort of bedding, pillows, and everything. And then if you have any questions about our bedding, it's all on my Instagram. I have a full detailed breakdown of all of our bedding on my IGTV. Literally every single pillow that you see, everything is on there, so I'll link that below as well. Last piece as we leave the bedroom, got tons of knickknacks in here, but this is also another piece from Amazon. It's in the Amazon home decor haul. And I just put like all my perfumes in here, jewelry holders, like all that stuff, but gives that nice like wooden feel, like kind of rustic but chic. Rustic chic.
Rustic chic, right, Goose?
That's right, mister. These cute little arts that we have, I don't even think that's a word, but whatever. We have outside of our bedroom. I found at Home Goods, actually. I'm telling you guys, Home Goods has the best art. And they have little geodes inside them and different like little materials. And I just think they were really earthy and like so us. So just a little stuff.
And she hung them on her own.
I did hang them on it.
Look, that's pretty straight.
They're straight. You can see my pencil marks.
All right, a couple pieces without showing too much of the office. We're going to save that for an office tour. But we do have a couple RH pieces in here.
This is Hunter's office,
by the way.
This is my
office. We do have a couple RH pieces in here. But there's pieces like this pot over here that's not RH but looks very similar to RH pots once again. I feel like pots and vases are like the easiest things to replicate from RH and just have like actual, that's a real plant in there. But A lot of vintage finds that you can find. RH has a lot of stuff like this. This is like an old stump.
I actually found a really good dupe for this recently. I will link it.
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff like this on the website. One thing we want to point out was this light fixture. This is from RH. It was like the one piece I wanted to get from RH that was like just like the grand piece in my office. But very similar dupes that we found that I almost pulled the trigger on. Ended up getting the RH one instead, but we'll link those down below. Alright, and then last piece in my office that I wanted to show as part of this video was this rug. I almost pulled the trigger on a rug from Restoration Hardware. I ended up getting this one very cheap on Urban Outfitters.
Urban Outfitters.
And so it has like the jute vibe. It's almost more of like a wool style.
Softer, yeah.
Soft. And I didn't want anything too expensive in here. And I also didn't want anything too big in here because I didn't want to cover up all the wood, because that was kind of like a prize piece in here as well for me.
Totally.
So yeah, really good piece. Urban Outfitters. Don't sleep on Urban Outfitters home decor. Good stuff. Alright, you guys, hopefully that wasn't all over the place.
A little bit, and clearly we have a few rooms that we need to kind of finish out and everything.
Slightly unfinished.
I know, we're always...
Yeah, it's always unfinished. I don't think it'll ever be finished.
No, it won't. But there's going to be a lot of links in the description box down below, so if you guys want all of our sources, you can check down there.
And we aren't just like, oh, everything needs to be RH,
no,
but we do try to keep that vibe, and we love the style. It's not about the price point or anything like that. It's just something we go after. So just know it's not like a, oh, you have to have RH to have a nice house.
No,
that's not it at all.
If you like their style as well, then you probably like this video. It's just like if you like a farmhouse style or a modern style.
Yeah. And so we have a lot of pieces from other stores as well.
It's really good to mix the high and lows. We love doing that because you can't just buy everything from one place. So
totally.
And it creates more variation.
Yep, so we figured this would be a fun video to do. Hope you enjoyed.
And thank you for watching all along our vlog. For more decor.
And subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time.
See you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.